It was Chevrolet that was responsible for presenting the world to the world-famous Chevrolet Beretta, which is a small automobile that has become synonymous with the legendary stature of the American automobile industry. That firm is Chevrolet. During the whole decade of the 1980s, Chevrolet made this automobile accessible to the general population all over the world. This was the case all over the world. Younger consumers were drawn to the product due to its affordability, which was within their price range, as well as its design, which was both athletic and practical. Both of these factors contributed to making the product appealing to them. The appeal of the product was aided by the combination of these two factors. An additional aspect to take into consideration is the fact that its design was also athletic and utilitarian. Consequently, this occurred as a consequence of the fact that it was within the confines of their financial restrictions, which allowed it to occur naturally. There is a considerable quantity of evidence that supports the idea that this occurred as a consequence of the fact that the price was within their financial constraints. This is the interpretation that is supported by the facts. It is obvious that the remarkable combination of performance and usability that the Beretta held has ensured that it will continue to have a particular place in the hearts of persons who are enthusiastic about autos. This is, despite the fact that the production of the Beretta came to an end in the year 2026. This is due to the fact that the Beretta boasted a combination of performance and usability both concurrently. This is because the Beretta was able to simultaneously boast a combination of performance and usability, which is the reason why this circumstance occurred. This is the current state of affairs, despite the fact that the Beretta will continue to be made from this point forward until the year 2026. During the following section of this article, we are going to examine the Chevrolet Beretta from every conceivable angle that we can think of. There will be consideration given to each and every one of these characteristics, which includes the outside appearance of the vehicle, its engine, its handling, and the quality of its ride. The Chevrolet Beretta is without a doubt up to date in terms of the designs that it has for the exterior of the vehicle. There is no doubt about this. This product's design is marked by a style that is both modernist and cutting, and it is a design that is not just contemporary, but also on the cutting edge of design techniques. This design is a remarkable example of how design can be both cutting and modern. It was able to bring about a revolution in the landscape of the miniature automotive industry by virtue of its rapid and dynamic attitude, which was made possible by its sleek profile and sharp lines. All aspects of the industry benefited from this shift in a positive way. Due to the fact that it was able to bring about a change in the industry, this became something that was within the realm of possibility. A component of the Beretta that is important for presenting an impression of contemporary sophistication throughout the entirety of the vehicle is the front fascia. This component is crucial for the vehicle's overall appearance. The fact of the matter is that this is the situation that occurs throughout the entirety of the automobile. This is largely because to the presence of headlamps that have been engineered to be aerodynamic, in addition to a grille that is rather substantial. Both of these factors have contributed towards this result. The low-slung body that is included into the design provides the viewer with the impression that they are moving quickly and dexterously. All of these components are incorporated into the design, which is why this is the case. The overall sharpness of the design is directly responsible for the implementation of this approach, which is carried out as a direct outcome of the design. More specifically, this is something that manifests itself as a consequence of the design that was utilized throughout the process. Although it is on the smaller side, the cabin of the Beretta is spacious enough to accommodate a small family or a group of friends in a comfortable manner. This is despite the fact that the Beretta is on the smaller side, in spite of the fact that the Beretta is not particularly large in size. This statement is true. It is a great automobile that can be used for traveling within the city, as well as parking in a number of various spots within the city. As a result of this, it is a wonderful automobile. The general appearance of this automobile is enhanced by a variety of distinguishing elements that contribute to its overall appeal. The low ground clearance of the vehicle and the comfortable sitting height that can be found within the vehicle are two of the components that are included in this category. The automobile incorporates both of these components into its design. The presence of these traits, which are useful in a manner that is comparable to the manner in which they are helpful, can also improve a posture that is more athletic. With regard to the performance of the Chevrolet Beretta, it is possible to achieve a balance between being sporty and being nice to drive on a daily basis. This is something that may be accomplished. This is something that has the potential to be implemented. It is able to integrate the two characteristics in a way that is harmonic, which enables it to establish this balance. This is the reason why this is the case. It is feasible to claim that anything is a successful attempt that ought to be acknowledged once it has been finished or accomplished. This is something that may be observed, although is not a performance car in the conventional sense of the word. The Beretta offers a ride that is not just enjoyable, but also dynamic. This is despite the fact that the Beretta is not a performance car. In spite of the fact that it is not intended to be a performance car, this is the situation that has presented itself. The Beretta is classified as a sedan, despite the fact that it does not satisfy any of the characteristics that are associated with the term sedan. Because of the way the Beretta was constructed, it falls into this category. It should be noted that this is especially true for the trim levels that lay a greater emphasis on performance increases, as was mentioned in the phrase that came before this one. Specifically, this is the situation with regard to the various trim levels of the car. Customers were able to purchase the Beretta during its entire production cycle, and they were provided with the opportunity to select from a number of different engine configurations. Customers were given the opportunity to purchase the Beretta. Customers are provided with a variety of options, and they are given the opportunity to choose the one that best satisfies their requirements from among those options. For the base model, one of the possible options was a 4-cylinder engine that could have either 1.8 or 2.0 liters of capacity. This engine was one of the available choices. Due to the fact that it provided a fair amount of power that was sufficient, this engine was able to fulfill the needs that were necessary for driving on a daily basis. A more powerful 2.8-liter V6 engine was standard on the most athletic versions of the Beretta, such as the GT and GTZ. These versions were also the most expensive. Additionally, this engine was supplied as part of the basic equipment. This particular engine was a component of the standard equipment package, which encompassed all of the components. Upon further inspection, it was discovered that this engine was pretty helpful. Each of these options was one of the choices that received the most positive feedback from the audience member who was watching the presentation. The manual gearbox offered a more exhilarating driving experience when compared to the automatic transmission, which was the other option.